Understanding markets and customs, consumer me, marketing vlog, assignment 1, YouTube vlog 30%, Mr. Tanvir Latif. Marketing is the process in which companies gather information which creates a customer interest, either in the product or a service. A consumer is somebody who purchases goods for their own personal use. A customer is somebody who buys a product or good from a shop or a business. Market environment. I understand that the environment surrounds the market which impacts a business or organization. For example, macro environment, which is not as easy to control as it consumes as much larger influences from the global society. Internal environment in the surroundings within the organization of employees, corporate culture, employee behavior. Microenvironment are select people, organizations with links to the company and influence enhance a customer's experience. These are the 8 global marketing functions: buying, selling, transporting, storing, standardizing and grading, risk-taking, financing, securing marketing information. Buying, ensuring that the product offering are available in sufficient quantities to meet the customer demands. Selling, using advertising, personal selling and sales promotion to match the product to customer needs. 3 components of the marketing orientation. Here I included a triangle which showed this on the target market. Consumer orientation. My most understanding definition for me is consumer orientation controls and monitors the standards of the customer satisfaction. They also push hard to meet clients' expectations. Also, in turn, interfunctional coordination. This also is one of the elements in the marketing orientation which coordinates all the business activities, ultimately meeting expected business performances. This is the marketing process. Also, I included a diagram here. The marketing process is a guide which consists of 6 steps which explains individual tasks that have to be completed within the marketing study. The 6 are problem definition, developing an approach to a problem, research, design, formulation, fieldwork and report generation. Technological factors. I use new machinery and hardware very cleverly to counter recession and inflation. With new machinery, I am able to reduce the costs of production. Companies are now able to come up with new and better products at a much lower price. They will then be able to distribute them to supply chains, ultimately becoming global. Education and language. Within a society, the level of education reflects on the interests of the sophistication of consumers. An example would be massive graduates don't care too much about fashion due to living a busy lifestyle. Social organisation. As a part of being human and brought up around culture, social organisation is the way a community organises itself. I use this quote from AZ Central for an example. For example, the role of women in a society, whether they are decision makers in shopping or playing a games console. Role and status in society. When a person has a role in a society or has a social status, it adequately affects their buying decision. Somebody's social status is very important to a retailer as it suggests their wealth and apart the upper middle class people. A relevant factor is that an upper class person would buy luxurious items, whereas an individual with a lower income group would buy required for basic needs. Industrial buyers B2C decisions. An industrial buyer is an individual in a business who must make the best buying decisions for raw materials, product components and finishing goods. Link this to my business. An industrial buyer would work out the amount of raw materials, e.g. fabric, and the amounts of product being made. B2C, which is more understanding terms, means business to customers. Consumer buyer behavior decision making. Buyer behavior is a thought and decision process related to the acts in people using or buying a product. I looked into the key factors. Stages of the consumer buying process. The 6 stages are problem recognition. This is the awareness of need. For example, a product's desired condition and actual condition. For example, clothes being returned in worn condition. Information search. Firstly, there's internal search and there's memory. Then there's external, which my friends, relatives, public sources, comparison shoppers could help. Continued. Then there's evaluation of alternatives, purchase decision, purchase, post-purchase evaluation. These are the types of consumer buying behavior. The level of interest of the product and the amount of interest shown for an item determines the customer's buying behavior. 4 types of buying behaviors are routine response, limited decision making, extensive decision making and impulse buying. Routine response, in other words, low prices items such as food, drinks, need a very little buying decision. Extensive decision making is when is when the product is either very expensive and you would play a massive role in your life. This means that you would have to do your research to make sure you're getting everything you are wanting, items such as cars, houses, boat, etc. Categories that affect the consumer buying decision process. Personal. This category affects the buying decision of the customers because it is all about what they want. Factors such as sex, age, weight, race will affect the customer's wants. Psychological factors. This includes motive. My customer's motive would be to buy clothes. Perception. This is what we want the customers to see. So in many cases, companies such as clothes stores put all new items at the door and the customers will see them as they walk through the door. These are my references, all in light blue, and that's the last one, Leeds Beckett. Thank you.